Well, my last interview with you, I had brought up Polo G.
Yeah.
But I think you asked me about Polo G. I forgot how exactly this came about. I don't know if I brought it up, you asked me something. And I had talked about a situation where Polo had said something about me publicly that was disparaging. And I ran into him at a bank in Calabasas. So I asked to speak to him outside, and we had a conversation about it. You know, it was a respectful conversation. Nobody punked anybody. You know what I'm saying? He was respectful to me. I was respectful to him.
Yeah.
We exchanged numbers. Life went on. And I had made some comments about all the stuff that he was, all the drama between his brother being charged for murder and then robbing, annoying TV, to his mom shooting at his sister, to him being charged with a bunch of stuff. And I said, look, it just seems like he feels like with all the money and the fame that the rules don't apply to him anymore. I don't think I was disrespectful when I said that. So then he hit me right off the bat and was like, yo, give me your number. I'm like, you have my number. Here it is. So when we FaceTime, the first thing he started doing was yelling at me.
Oh, shit.
Right? Had all the jewelry on and everything else like that. Rapper mode.
Oh, damn.
And I said, Polo.
Like, what did he say? Like, bitch ass nigga, don't you talk? Like, what is he?
I forgot what it was, but he started getting loud.
Oh, okay.
And I said,
loud and disrespectful.
Yeah. I said, Polo, you're going to talk to me disrespectfully, I'm going to hang up on you. And he continued to get loud. So I hung up on him. And this turned into a 2-day text back and forth with him. And
a text thread beef.
A text thread beef between us. I'm not going to post it. You know what I mean? But he's like, yo, you going to hang up on me like a bitch? You a bitch for hanging up on me? And I'm like, you a bitch if you let a man disrespect you. You know what I mean? It kind of went back and forth. And I was like, bro, like, you're a rapper. You know what I mean? Like this whole tough guy image is not even what you're known for. You're the Martin and Gina guy. Like, you have a real fan base.
I think you're probably getting tight with all that shit. Yeah.
But it's true. That's his biggest song.
No, but hear what I'm saying. No rapper don't want to hear from Vlad, you not tough. No rapper. I'm telling you, Vlad.
Okay, but it's the truth.
Yeah, yo, it's like, pull like this. Even the mildest, like, if I'm like, yo, you not tough. Like, you don't even be like, oh, damn, Akademiks saying that to me. Like, now he really got to get tough. You get what I'm saying?
But all the drama, and I started listing out, like I literally listed 19 people who died violently after I interviewed them. And I'm like, you're going the same direction. With all these arrests, with all these people around you, with guns and pulling out guns and this and that and the shootings and the attempted murders and the robberies and, you got a kidnapping charge. You left a gun and a loaded gun in New York, which is one of the worst things you could do. Not in New York. Leave a gun anywhere else, but not in New York. It's like, I don't want to see you go this direction. And it's like, oh, well, we're going to see each other again. Oh, if we see each other again, we see each other again. I approached you last time. Like, I'm not living life through fear of whatever, and I remember he went on your show and you asked him, and what he said was relatively accurate.
Yeah. You see, sometimes it's not what someone says, it's what he didn't say. I learned a few things by what he said and didn't say. First of all, what he said, even though it didn't really explain or go to anything, but it told me his demeanor. He says, yeah, I'm not a back and forth person. I want to see you face to face person.
Right, because the first thing he said was, we need to meet up.
Yeah.
And I said, that's insane. You with all your gun and kidnapping charges, for me to meet up with you, I'd have to bring my pistol with me.
You told him that?
Yeah. Yeah. If I were to meet up with Polo G in the mind state that he's in, talking crazy, brother charged with murder, mom shooting at your sister, I would not feel safe going to a meeting like that unarmed.
Yeah.
Which means that I don't need to go to that meeting.
Yeah.
Because if he started to be aggressive towards me during that conversation, I might have to pull out and kill him.
Hey,
right? Because I would have to protect my life. I don't know what he's capable of in that state.
Hey, listen.
But I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to meet up with you.
Hey, universally, a lot of people call me and look at me as someone who's either on the sidewalk or green, and I happily take that label. But I've talked to my fair share of street niggas, and I might act naive sometimes on camera, but I could read the code when they're talking.
Yeah.
When he was talking to me, he was like, he didn't have to say it. When he says, I'm a face-to-face type of person, you gonna have to see me in person. Like, I like to see if they have the same energy. There's an implication there that if whatever disrespect or whatever I didn't like prior to us meeting up was continued in person, then maybe there would be some obvious ramifications, or maybe how I present myself to you when we meet up, you wouldn't talk like that anymore. And that is a loaded intent. Intent.
And I get it.
Yeah,
I
comes
get
with
it.
a lot of things
Listen,
that might be loaded.
I've been naive enough to meet up with angry people in the past.
Really?
Yeah, and I regretted it. You know what I'm saying? So the funny part about this is that we could have just had a conversation over FaceTime.
I think also
all he had to do, and he said, yeah, man, well, I'm just used to just, getting angry with people and yelling at people. And I'm like, really? Like, this is what you just do? Because it makes no sense to do that. You know how many actual gangsters and killers I've had disagreements with, and we've gotten on the phone, and they were some of the most polite people I've ever met in my life. There was absolutely no disrespect on any level whatsoever.
Hey,
and they got exactly what they wanted out of the situation because I appreciated how they came at me.
What I realized after interviewing Polo is that the demeanor of maybe being a little bit timid and seemingly shy or soft-spoken only comes because there's a shit ton of cameras and mics in his face all the time, and he's speaking to fans. It tells me that he's not that much removed mentally from where he came from,
okay,
and he still operates as such. And everything else you're seeing is him coping with his I don't want to say newfound fame, but his fame. But it also told me, and it scared me a little bit, like some of the things you've heard about his brother. I don't know if the apple's fallen too far from the branch or the tree, whatever you want to call it.
So why would I meet up with someone like that?
Well, you should meet up with him.
Right.
You get what I mean? But like this, the most interesting part, I was asking him questions. Of course, I told him before, and allowed him. I said, I don't want to talk about your open cases, but I do want to ask you certain things. And hey, listen, you could no comment me to center. You no comment his brother's situation, which is okay, it's fine. And I did ask him about him leaving a gun or being caught supposedly with a gun in New York.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to ask him particularly about the case because I didn't want him to say, nah, of course I'm gonna have a gun because, like, come on, I don't want a video of him saying
Exhibit
that.
A, Your Honor.
Yeah, because
DJ Akademiks.
Yeah,
of course he has a gun.
Exactly. I
Guilty.
think if you ask him in a certain way, he might get defensive and be like,
Yeah.
man, you don't think I gotta protect myself? Like, oh, that's like implicitly admitting you did have it. So let's not go down that route.
Yeah.
But I did ask him. I said, after getting into trouble for that situation, do you think maybe you would reconsider how you move? Because you're a huge artist and, certain things shouldn't even be happening around you, right? And it was almost a thing like, hey, well, do you think that maybe get some more security, make sure you're just moving a little bit different? And he looks at me and he says, like it was a very blank stare, and he was just like, no. And the no was, why would I change how I move? And I was just like, got you. I understand.